The surrender demand arrived inside a golden crown, floating above Earth like a sun made of arrogance. Every nation saw it at once. Every screen went black. Every radio carried the same imperial voice: kneel within one rotation. Lay your weapons beneath the throne of Keller, or watch your blue world burn. Humanity did not answer for 13 minutes. And in those 13 minutes, the Empire made the mistake of thinking silence was fear. The Varith Empire had conquered 400 worlds by ceremony before war. Their herald ships appeared, their crown descended, and frightened rulers placed their hands beneath it, accepting chains before the first shot. Emperor Keller IX loved this ritual more than battle, because surrender tasted sweeter when it looked voluntary. Earth, young, divided, noisy, still healing from its own scars, seemed perfect for humiliation. The Imperial Council laughed at human broadcasts, parliaments arguing, children singing, old soldiers praying, artists painting the crown as a joke, diplomats asking questions no conquered species had ever dared ask. Admiral Lena Ward stood beneath the United Defense Dome in Geneva, watching the crown hover above the planet through a wall of glass. It was larger than a city, carved from defeated moons. Wrapped in ceremonial shields, her officers wanted to fire, the presidents wanted time, the colonies wanted evacuation, but Lena only asked one question: who built it? The answer changed everything. Because the crown was not just decoration, it was the Empire's command relay. Every fleet captain received orders through its sacred core. Every slave governor obeyed signals pulsed through that golden halo. And beneath all its jewels, the Empire had placed its throat within Earth's reach. Then humanity smiled without showing teeth. Keller expected trembling envoys. Instead, Earth sent one shuttle. Unarmed, white hull, one pilot, no escort. It approached the crown while 10,000 Imperial guns tracked its path. Inside sat Lieutenant Omar Reyes, carrying no treaty, only a small wooden box carved by his daughter. The Varith Herald opened a channel and asked if Earth accepted surrender. Omar looked into the camera and said, "We came to return something you lost." The Empire laughed. That was when the crown doors opened from the inside. 3 days earlier, while the crown crossed the outer system, human engineers had noticed its ceremonial shields cycled down whenever Imperial prayers were broadcast. 6 human stealth drones, hidden inside clouds of comet ice, slipped through the shield gaps, mapped the crown's inner chambers, copied its command language, and planted one impossible gift. Not a bomb, not a virus, not a weapon, but a mirror. The first mirror showed every conquered world what the Empire had done. All across Varith space, governors saw forbidden archives open. Mining moons where children choked on ash. Farming worlds stripped brown. Rebels executed beneath the crown. Every atrocity carrying the seal of Keller. His voice, his orders, his sacred approval, and suddenly, the conquered did not look down anymore. Emperor Keller rose from his obsidian throne as his own fleets began demanding confirmation. Then confession, then silence from the palace. Captains argued with priests. Admirals accused the throne and above Earth. The Golden Crown transmitted every question at once. The relay that commanded obedience now carried doubt faster than light. Keller screamed for the crown to shut down, but Earth had already rewritten one word inside the command core. Loyalty now required truth. The second mirror opened for Earth. Lena Ward watched her people see what surrender truly meant. Not taxes, but names erased, languages banned. Mothers shipped to labor rings, children renamed. The fear that had divided Earth hardened into something older than nations, something colder than anger. Humanity united because it finally saw the cage. Then came the third mirror. Omar Reyes opened the wooden box aboard the shuttle. Inside was not a treaty, it was a blackened circlet of Varith metal, smaller than the city-sized crown. Cracked through the center, scorched along its sacred rim, the private crown of Keller's bloodline. Stolen from the Imperial Palace by human infiltrators before the surrender demand even reached Mars. They had crossed enemy space in a medical freighter, rescued prisoners, and walked out with the symbol every emperor wore before coronation. Omar held it toward the camera. "You asked for Earth's surrender." He said, "Humanity is sending back your crown." The Empire heard the sentence like a blade sliding between ribs. Keller ordered every fleet to fire on Earth. But half his admirals hesitated, not from mercy, from terror. Because if humans could steal the private crown from the palace, what else had they touched if humans could rewrite the sacred relay? What else had they learned if humans could sit calmly beneath 10,000 guns? What else were they waiting to reveal? They learned the answer when the moon moved. Luna's shadow split open. Launch doors buried beneath gray dust rose since the first colony wars. Mars released rail lances from canyon walls. Europa's oceans vomited silent drones through cracked ice. And the asteroid belt lit up with engines no imperial chart had ever marked. Humanity had not been defenseless. It had been quiet, building in places the Empire considered dead stone and worthless ice. The first imperial volley never reached the atmosphere. Human interceptors caught it in layered fields above the Pacific. Turning city-killing fire into silent auroras, the second volley died above the Sahara. The third above the Atlantic, and by the fourth, Varith captains were no longer firing in formation, because rebellions had begun behind them. A slave fleet from Nerith turned its guns on Imperial command ships. Miners from Orzo cut palace fuel lines, captured worlds jammed tax relays. And the golden crown above Earth became a beacon of revolt. Every species heard Earth's answer and understood. Surrender was not the only ceremony left in the galaxy by nightfall. Emperor Keller sat alone beneath an empty throne room, still wearing jewels, still shouting orders. While no one answered, Admiral Lena Ward sent one final message, not to the Emperor, but to the Empire's people. Earth does not ask you to kneel. Earth asks you to stand. The crown above Earth fell at dawn, guided gently into the Pacific by human tugs. Not destroyed, not worshipped. Placed in a museum beside one small wooden box and one cracked imperial circlet. And the plaque beneath it read, "Here ended the empire that demanded Earth's surrender. Here began the galaxy that learned humanity returns crowns only after removing kings."